I live way up north on Lake Superior, and the winters, they look like this sometimes. But they also look like this. My car is a mess, and somehow the lack of daylight makes it literally impossible to clean it, so here we are. I actually grew up in southern Michigan and moved up here about 5 years ago. I lived in Grand Marais, Minnesota for a little while, then Two Harbors, and now Andy and I live in a small town near the lake in northern Wisconsin. And probably the best part of that location is it's just a few hours to head back up to the North Shore or into the UP. We definitely had better access to hiking trails when we were living on the North Shore. Like, I'm talking within a 30-minute drive, 10 bucket list worthy hikes. But living in northern Wisconsin has kind of freed up a whole different kind of adventure if we're willing to drive a little farther, which we are because I'm much less broke than I was when we were living on the North Shore. And one of those places we're freed up to adventure is the Keweenaw Peninsula, which is where we're headed today. The Keweenaw Peninsula might be the snowiest place in the Midwest with almost 300 inches of year-round snow. We got in super late at night, so I didn't really get to see any of that because we couldn't leave till I was off work. And then we went to bed pretty much immediately upon arrival. Waking up to this much snow in the morning was kind of wild. At home, we probably have a good foot of snow, but it's really hard to truly get across just how much snow the Keweenaw gets. In my opinion, Nissu Finnish Bakery in Hancock, Michigan is the best bakery on Lake Superior. And I've tried a lot of Lake Superior bakeries. This one probably takes the cake. First thing after breakfast we did is meet some friends for cross-country skiing, and fun fact about me, I'm really, really bad at cross-country skiing, but you're never going to see any action shots of me wiping out because I'm the cameraman. So there's that. Anyways, here's all my friends way in front of me because I ski like a baby giraffe. After skiing, we headed up to Taka Portage for a sauna, and let me explain the whole sauna thing first. Yes, I know some people say it's sauna. Correcting local dialects makes you rude and annoying, and I'm like digging my heels in on this one. So, anyways, I worked as a sauna guide in Grand Marais for a little while, and I didn't get the draw at the time. I would sauna after work, and it was fun, but I was usually still in the process of cleaning. And I decided it wasn't for me until last winter I started saunaing with groups of friends and the whole paid experience thing, and it turns out I think my problem was I was just broke and working too hard to enjoy anything anyway. So if you're 25 and stressed about life and feel behind, things get better. Give it like 3 years. We stayed at the Laurium Manor Inn in Calumet. Built in 1908, I was thoroughly assured it's not haunted, much to the dismay of a reality TV show that allegedly came in a few years back, which is pretty funny. Not haunted, but absolutely has Shining vibes in the best possible way, like vintage Christmas music energy. Oh, hey, there's a ghost. It's me in the mirror. Anyways, this is not my usual stay for sure. I'm more of a tent and dirt kind of girl, but I was out on a project with Visit Keweenaw, and one of the best parts of working with tourism boards is trying things you normally wouldn't, like staying in a bed and breakfast. I didn't hate it, and it was a nice experience. I would actually totally do it again. Now, you may know peninsulas are surrounded on 3 sides by water, and that's probably the biggest draw of the Keweenaw in most seasons. Access to Lake Superior. There are some really cool spots and blue ice along the Keweenaw, and as cool as it is in the winter, I really am itching to come back here in the summer with a sea kayak and dive into exploring the coastline. I am definitely in that late winter mood right now where the only thing in the world that sounds good to me is the sight of sun melting snow, but I'm trying really hard to mindset shift. I'm trying to appreciate what we have here while we have it. The snow, blue ice, coffee in a historic manner, and in the morning, diving in and cooking something involved for dinner, knitting, reading a book, weekend trips, because it's little things like leaning into the winter that can make a difference between suffering through a season and enjoying it. All that aside, winter is my favorite season up here, and it took a lot of practice to see that. Funny enough, taking pictures and videos and sharing them on social media to literally trick myself into loving the season is exactly what got me the job that this trip was for. If you would have told me when I started taking photos of the Midwest and embracing the winter up here that it would turn into a paying job, I would have laughed at you. But now winter tourism projects make up some of my favorite work that I get to do, and the process of practicing creating content around loving the winter has improved my relationship to the season overall. Instead of something I need to endure, winter is now something special, ever fleeting, shorter every year, and I look forward to the extra time with the dark, to make tea and spend time with people I love, indulge in things like reading or painting, and live life really, really slow, to get out in the communities in the Great Lakes that I care so much about in their non-tourist season, to witness places in the cold, covered in ice, during a time a lot of other people choose to stay inside. More than anything, though, I think I'm just learning to bear witness, because this is magic, and things like frozen waterfalls and ice caves and ice roads and thick, fresh snow might not be here forever.